Hello. What a wonderful day it is here in Norfolk today. Sunday the 5th of September. And today we are looking at planting spinach. Now this is a variety called Madania. And I'm planting 2 rows of 2. 13 plants in each row. I've spaced them all at 9 inches apart, equidistance, with a 12-inch gap between the rows so that we can pick them. Now, I remember from a previous video that we had potatoes in here before. We had our main crop potatoes and we had a couple of rows of new potatoes. These have all now been cleared. And because these spinach are going to be in here probably until next June, I spread a 1-inch layer of compost in this bed. Now it is our own compost, some that we made earlier this year, and you can probably see that some of the twigs haven't quite broken down where we pruned our shrubs earlier in the year. Hey ho. The rest of the stuff is looking really good, and from what I read and what I hear, the wooden structures are pretty good anyway because it helps with the fungi life. They particularly like that, so I don't really have any concerns about that. Now we prefer to plant our spinach at this time of the year, simply because we get harvest from it, or we will do in about the next 5 or 6 weeks or so, and they'll continue until the weather turns on the bad side, and then next spring they'll pick up again and we should get more harvests right up to June, when the plants inevitably will rise to flower. We haven't always done this. Like most people, we have planted our spinach end of March, April time, and you just get a harvest for a couple of 3 months and then they rise to flower. So I planted, or sowed this seed about 4 weeks ago. You can see this is what they're looking like. So more than ready to go in. I've already did the holes. You see they've got a nice little root system on them. Not going to take them too long to get going. Nice and deep. So I'm going to continue planting this row up, and we'll come back to you when we're finished. As you can see, the plants are all planted into their holes. I'm just giving them a good drink of water so they can settle down into their new homes. And just like the other week when we planted out our Chinese cabbage and pak choy, yeah, they look a bit miserable for a couple of days. They will soon get going. This particular part, this is bed 5, it's quite recently created. I haven't had it for that long. There were some old tree stumps up here that we found, and they took some digging out, I can tell you. Somebody had obviously had enough of the trees. There's a lot of roots still that run about along here, which we couldn't get to. It does particularly get dry up here. But we had a really good harvest of potatoes, and I'm pretty sure that these spinach will do well here too. And it just goes to show you really that, you know, with no dig, when you give a mulch on top, it does start to open the ground up. The worms and the insect activity that you see around here is absolutely amazing. And yeah, like I say, this was only created in the last year or so, this particular bed, and we've had a wonderful harvest of potatoes. One of the reasons why these spinach are going here is because next year this will become the onion bed, and in this part here will be where the leeks go. So if we can continue harvesting, that's not Poppy by the way, that's somebody else's dog. Not as noisy as are you, Pops. Where was I? Yes, the leeks will go in here, so these can continue cropping, hopefully right through to June, when I then want to plant leeks. So that's how they fit into my crop rotation plan. Next door to these will go my garlic, which I'll plant next month, and the shallots, which I'll also plant next month. And then the rest of the bed as it clears, because I've still got celeriac toward the end there, will be where our main crop onions go. So that's how it actually fits into my crop rotation. It's been quite a wet year this year, really. You wouldn't think so, looking at this ground, would you? I know earlier when I was putting the compost layer on, the 1-inch compost layer on, and raking it over, it is still quite moist underneath, so looks are deceiving. So just to show that everything goes right, we put this cloche over when we sowed the seed for these carrots back in June, mid-June. They've reached the top now. We can't grow anymore, so we're going to have to address this and get a slightly larger cloche on there. Yeah, we've got one or two ideas. You can probably see in the beside them I've got the carrots that we planted earlier on in the year, back in March, and we have a Chantenay red core that's decided to bolt and go to seed. It's the only one, but I haven't taken it out because I think it looks rather lovely. I don't know if you can see, but there's lots of little hoverflies all over there, which also acts as guardians of the garden. They go after some of the pests that go after some of our veg, so good decision, I think. Anyway, we're going to see what we can do with this, aren't we, Poppy? I shall need that. And yeah, we'll come back to you when we just sort this out. You can see that we've got this cloche on here now. Some of the carrots have fallen over because we need to pull one or two weeds out, and of course they were held in very tightly with the oval shape that was over here before, but now they've got plenty of room to grow and spread their leaves. What I didn't know is there was one or two with some rather broad shoulders, and the variety we're growing under here, or one of them, is a variety called Eskimo, and yeah, you can see they're of usable size, so we shan't want these until October time, November. They're going to be quite large carrots, I think. You can see I've still got some to use down here, which were sown back in March. And should I want them, these are some Chantenay red core. I need to pull these because this cloche didn't quite cover the ends, and I don't want the carrot fly getting in there But you can see that make lovely baby carrots to put in things like casseroles. So yeah, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. One other little job that we did just do today, just to the left of me, I sowed some overwintering onions about 3 weeks ago. They're not ready to grow yet, there'll be another couple of weeks before I plant them out, but you can see that I've spread the compost. This is our homemade compost, so I've got that there ready in place now. So then a couple of weeks time when I come to plant those onions, again they have their feed. They're quite tiny, so to try and then spread a load of compost mulch on after you've planted them would probably damage the plants, I would imagine. So I've taken the decision now to put that mulch on now, and that will serve all the way through to next year and the follow-on crop after those onions. It's been a good day in the garden, hasn't it, Poppy? Hey? Yes, it is. Yes, yes, you're a good girl. Yes, very good girl. And we've got lots of things done today. Not everything has been on film, because we actually did harvest some squash today and some sweet corn. But if you follow us on Twitter, on No Dig Norfolk Garden, a Facebook page, you'll see that we've posted pictures on there of the harvest. That all looks really great. A few videos back I said that we'd grown a new variety of shallot. It's called Griselle. It's a French shallot, one that we use quite a lot apparently. We've certainly never grown it before and never used it before, but yesterday evening a moules marinée, some lovely mussels, and we used those shallots in that. It was absolutely amazing. The broth that was with those mussels was absolutely amazing. Today we've had a bit of a harvest. These are some onions that we harvested earlier. Probably harvested our onions about a couple of weeks ago or so now. We've got a nice bit of brisket today, so yeah. Bit of celery, some carrots. The carrots that I was talking about a little earlier, where they were planted back last March. You can see they're getting quite large now, but they're really good to make your stocks with, trivet with, to cook your food. And then the rest of the Norwich carrot that are there, they're a lovely carrot to eat as a vegetable. I'm reliably informed by the lovely Trish that we're having some squash, some roasted squash, with our evening meal this evening. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Anyhow, that's it for today. We're going to go in now and prep our evening meal and get on with that. Please consider a like and subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic. Please keep your comments coming. I always love getting your comments, and we always answer back just as soon as we can when we realise that there are comments there. Still a lot of good stuff to come from us yet this year. This is only the beginning. This is our very first year being all no dig. We still need to go into the rest of this year and indeed into next year to see how we fare with our no dig garden. Anyway, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you all again real soon.